what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 27 of the Stogie Society podcast. Today, we are honored to be with the creators of Black Stogie Cigar Company. And like we normally do, we're going to go around really fast and talk about what we're smoking, what we're drinking, and introduce our guests. So let's start with Ugo. What are you smoking? What are you drinking?
So I got the box press, and I believe this is the what
Oak
the
City.
Oak City. We'll hear more about the blend on this one in a bit from the gentleman. And to pair it, I have water, and I have two choices here. I got some 92 proof bourbon and some lower stuff. Depending on how the cigar treats me in the first third, I'll choose something.
Nice.
Nice. All right, Frank.
Uh, I think this is the King Solomon. Is it that what it's called? Solomon.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful. Look at this wrapper. Great
Oh man,
design
that's
on it.
an interesting shape, interesting design.
Design is beautiful design. And
So PG.
I'm pairing it with a little bit of whiskey and root beer zero.
Oh, nice. AJ,
Oh, mug, yeah.
Carpy, what's up?
And I am smoking the Black Knight by Black Stogies Cigars, and I'm pairing it with a bourbon, a Four Roses bourbon. It's a lower bourbon than what Ugo has. It's like 40%, and what Ugo calls box worthy, the orange cream Coca-Cola, which these are good even with bourbon. So
Wait, but is
uh,
that the zero or is that
it,
the
it,
regular one?
it's the zero. I don't do the
Okay,
regular anything. I've never even tried the regular one, but
okay.
the zero is really good too. All right,
Box
and
worthy.
yeah. Keith, what are you drinking? What are you smoking?
Okay. Yes, I'm smoking the Black Knight, which is obviously one of my favorites. Smoking the Black Knight, and I'm pairing it with some double oak Woodford and an ice cold Corona with lime.
Damn.
All
Nice
right,
chaser,
Keith.
man.
I'm smoking on the actual chocolate tie.
All right.
And
What are
I'm
you
pairing
pairing
it
it with?
with double oak and
No.
also a nice Corona with lime.
Oh.
Oh man, that's good.
Let me guess. It's happy hour 2 for 1 right now.
I wish.
We're gonna worry about the check later.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's my man right there. Hell yeah, just throw it in the bag.
Throw it in
Yeah,
the
just
bag.
stay planted. Yeah, exactly. Bottle service and everything. I should join them. They're at a local cigar lounge in the city I'm in, and they look like they're having a great time. And I probably should have talked about that earlier,
Yeah,
but
dude.
I'm
Why not?
here. I know, well, like 20 minutes up the road, but um, so yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Excited to dive into your brand a little bit, and I want to start out if you guys could tell us a little bit about yourselves, how you got into cigars in the first place, and let's just start there so we can get an idea of the history.
All right. So how we got started was at one point I had some business partners that we had a store downtown Raleigh, and Keith happens to walk around the corner, and I was trying to figure out what can I put in the store, and he was smoking a cigar. So I was like, "Yo, that's it. This is what needs to go into the store. The location. We had an outside area to hold down." So talked to Keith, and we kind of wanted to explore providing insight on other cigar brands. So at that point, Keith looked into it, and we decided to do it for ourselves.
Awesome. Are y'all sitting right beside each other?
Yep.
Yeah, you
Somebody,
got feedback.
yeah, a little bit. Somebody's echoing.
Okay.
I wonder.
We can adjust.
I think
We can
no.
adjust.
I think what it is that maybe Keith, do you have earbuds on?
We both do.
Okay, so I think one of you guys might not be connected to your earbuds because it's one of the phones is picking up the others. I think Keith is picking up Eaton's voice. I think that's what I'm getting, but it might be the other way around.
Yeah.
So we shifted now. So what about that?
I mean, sounds a little bit better.
Okay.
All right, let's test it out. All right, go ahead. Sorry to cut you off. Lost some momentum there.
Yeah. Sorry, wanted to correct it a little bit. Well, I will say this real quick. I want to talk about how I got to know Creedmoor Road, guys. Creedmoor Road. Uh, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I got involved with getting to know Black Stogies and their company for everybody out in the chat and everybody watching, because this is what I really like about the cigar community. So, uh, back last May, I was at a food truck rodeo with my family. We decided we didn't want anything there. We went to a local bar area, but also a bunch of restaurants. Anyways, I go to the bar because I wanted a drink. Eaton's already sitting at the bar, and he tells the waitress to tell somebody Eaton from Black Stogies is is in the building. And I said, Stogies like cigars, and he said, yeah. So then we got to conversating, and we start following each other on Instagram and everything like that. And I mean, it was just a really natural interaction. It was really fun. It was really great. And then I come back to my family and my wife and everything, and I'm like, I got a new contact, and everything else. So that was really cool because that's kind of what the cigar community does. I heard Stogies and was like, I had to ask that question. So, all right. So getting back to you guys, and so you wanted something in the store. You say you wanted cigars was what you wanted, right? Were you both already smoking cigars at that point? Like you already were into the community and everything?
Well, actually, I was smoking. I've been smoking for as long as I can remember. Um, I started out smoking Black and Miles, and there was a cigar called Ramrod that was like a sweet, very rough rolled cigar. So I used to smoke that. And I don't know exactly what year I started smoking like actual cigars, but I kind of evolved into it. I just kept trying different stuff. So I think Eaton didn't really smoke. I don't think he smoked at all at that time. And he would probably was like, you know, when I'm smoking, he's backing away from the smoke. Um, but it wasn't long before I finally got him to get on board.
Oh yeah, that's what happens. You hang around with people, you see how much they're enjoying it. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So, uh, Eaton, what when you started smoking, what kind of cigars did you get into first? Was it like more of the flavored stuff, or did you get into the more gruff stuff? Or and you're muted, by the way, just in case.
Yep. So yeah, I definitely hit you, but no, honestly, funny story. I went down to Atlanta to visit my sister, and I had no clue, but I saw everybody in the humidor buying Padrones, and I was like, I want one of those. So I attempted to smoke it. For me, definitely, it was not my palate at the time. Um, it was very strong for me. So when I talked to Keith, he was telling me you got to graduate a little bit. So I started off on something a little less potent, I should say, and now I'm here.
And you smoke all your blends, and what are some of your favorites that you smoke?
I'm gonna be biased a little bit. To be honest with you, I only 9 times out of 10, I only smoke Black Stogies. I'm just being honest with you. My favorite, of course, is the Met, the chocolate side, um, the Oak City, and definitely, uh, well, all of them. It depends on the mood, to be honest with you. I really enjoy our blends, and what makes me enjoy them so much is that the fact that Keith uh, pretty much created every blend that we wanted. So to see him create it without manufacturing is a beautiful thing.
That's cool, man. So where did the name Black Stogies come from?
So when we first started, the store that Ethan had mentioned was called the Black Friday Market. So we said, well, hey, we thought about it. We were thinking about names, different names, and we said, well, I don't know. We just came up with Black Stogies. We were like, hey, we like that, something different, and we kind of just kind of kept that name, and that's kind of how we ended up with the with Black Stogies. And also,
And,
we kind of started in the beginning trying to promote other black cigar companies. So we were just trying to, we wasn't trying to do our own thing. We was trying to sell for other cigar companies. But it was a very short time before we decided, to do our own thing.
That's
and
pretty
the word
cool.
stogie, like people say cigars, but old school retro. I'm a retro guy. So when you hear the word stogies, they're like, what? What is that?
Yeah.
So we want to bring that word back into fruition to make people think about where it started at.
Hey, us too. Stogie Society podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
Um.
Peter?
So so you guys started in 2020. Was that like because like was it just how it happened? Did COVID mess with you in any way? Like, how did all that happen? Because a lot of people weren't starting businesses during the pandemic.
Well, that's a good question. So it just kind of happened, right? You know, when we thought about what we wanted to do, we thought about we wanted to put some cigars in this store. We just never even thought about, and I think the COVID is what kind of gave us the time to do a lot of things, because no one was working, everybody was home, drinking every day, smoking every day. So it kind of worked out for us that it gave us time to actually brainstorm and put some plans together and just make it work.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so it's 2020. What got like what approach did you take when you first started blending some of your first cigars? Did you go by what you were already smoking at the time, or did you go by like, oh, this would pair well with a whiskey? Like, what was some of your motivations to how you started, and what was your first blend, by the way? What was the first one you put out under Black Stogies?
So to answer your first question, um, we kind of just I looked at different cigars that I've smoked, different styles, different sizes, different gauges, and then I reached out. Once we identified a factory, which Ethan was totally responsible for that. He's the research guy. He's the IG guy. So he knows how to. He's on it. He's probably on IG right now while we're on this podcast, right? So he was the one that found the factory. So we actually reached out to him, had some FaceTime calls, and then we just, started to identify what we wanted, right? So, and we also had the factory to send us some samples. So they actually sent us samples on two different occasions. So the first occasion they sent probably 50 samples, right? And but we really didn't do much with those samples. I don't know why, right? I still got some of them to this day in my humidor at home. But we talked to him again. We kind of gave him some direction to him. We want this size, we want this, we want a flavored cigar, and so he built the cigar based on the profiles that I kind of told him, whether I wanted the mild, medium, the full, and he sent us those samples. So he sent like 5 samples of each.
Sub hologram.
Feedback. Can you still hear me? I heard some
Yeah.
feedback.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you.
No, I'm
He
good.
sent like 5 samples of each. So we took those samples and we had a cigar tasting with some of our close friends that smoked with us at one of the lounges that we frequently attend. And we gave them index cards, we gave them pens, say, okay, what do you like to smoke? You like full body? Okay, try this. You like medium, you try this. You like mild, you try this. And everybody did the tasting. We have 5 or 6 questions on the index card for them to answer. And everybody participated, answered the questions. And then we said, okay, once they finished, we took the index cards, took them home, we reviewed them together, and we made some tweaks depending on some of the recommendations. Some we didn't. Some tweaks I made on my own because I noticed certain things, and we sent that back to the factory, and boom, he created he created all 8 blends. Um, Basically at the same time. So we didn't have one that came out first. We kind of had all of them created at the same time.
And
So
and
y'all
to
smoked a lot
piggyback
of cigars.
real quick, if you don't mind, Keith is being a little modest over there. So when we select the blends that we wanted, uh, Keith would tell our manufacturer, no, take this out. No, add this. No, we don't want that. Make this gauge shorter. Make this gauge longer. We want something to catch their attention on the road. Those type of things. And that was very important to us that when we picked the factory, we wanted to have full control of what we wanted inside our cigar. So we can pick our blends, we can pick our uh, wrapper, our leaf, our binders, and fillers.
Yeah, one thing that strikes me about Black Stogies after I met you, Eaton, was I looked at your catalog. You have everything from a 460 to like a 7. I mean, whatever the King Solomon is. I mean, you have some big cigars and you have some small ones. You also have a multitude of flavored cigars. Maybe what do you have? 3 or 4 flavored cigar blends plus your normal lineup of tobacco blends. So y'all kind of just so all at once you went out for everything. You didn't have certain releases.
No, we didn't. We got them all at the same time, one shot, one kill, and we've been moving forward ever since. And we've only had one cigar that we kind of did a slight modification because we got feedback from a customer, which it was the only customer that gave us his feedback. But the our chocolate tie, we had sent it to New Jersey, box to New Jersey for this lady, and she said that for some reason they wouldn't like, right? Like she just couldn't get them to like. So he said, "Well, send it back, and we'll send you a replacement box." Right? So we got them back. I kind of inspected them, looked at them. I lit a couple, and I mean, I got them to like. So I don't know. Never figured that out, but we did reach out to our roller at the factory and told them the situation, and we also told them that we wanted the chocolate tie initially was we wanted something sweet for the ladies, you know. Me and he, we like to cater to the ladies every now and then, so we wanted something sweet for the ladies. But when it came, it was not sweet. You can taste you can smell the chocolate. You can taste hints of it throughout the cigar, but there's no sweetness to it. So we almost reached back out to ask them to change that, but we had some feedback from some other customers and some of our friends that liked it. So we said, you know what, we're gonna see how this does. So we kept it. uh, and they've been actually picking up in sales, you know, daily. You know, we when we first started out, it was hard to get some of the guys to try the chocolate because they're thinking, oh man, I don't like infused, I can't stand that, you know. And but when we could finally get them to try it, you know, they liked it. So, um, but yeah, so that's how we had them all at one time, and we haven't really had to modify anything once we got our first official order. They've been pretty much on point.
Awesome. And just for the people who aren't aware, they offer a chocolate tie, which is a chocolate flavored infused cigar, correct? And then the mint condition is mint flavored infused cigar.
And and describe them a little bit. First of all, it's tough to describe it because a lot of people think like chocolate, like other cigars that's in the industry, or mint like other cigars in the industry, but they're very, very clean smoke. You're gonna get your hints of chocolate or your hints of mint, and they're two different cigars. So sometimes people love to say chocolate mint or mint chocolate, but they're two different cigars. There's a mint and there's a chocolate, but you're gonna have chocolate taste um, through the duration of the cigar. You're gonna have mint taste through the duration of the cigar. It's a great introductory cigar. It's a great morning cigar. It's a great cigar that you just want to have with dessert. It's just amazing. It's phenomenal.
So I have a question. So when you were starting the brand, did you already know that you wanted to have a couple of sweet options?
Yeah, Keith. For me, Keith is the master blender. So Keith decided on those two blends off top because what we want to do. That's why currently we have 8, soon to be 9. We'll talk about that later. But we wanted to cater to all audiences.
And
Okay.
any chance you might combine the chocolate and mix? I'm a huge chocolate mint person. I mean, that would be an amazing cigar.
Yeah.
We take feedback from everybody. So that's what's so important to us. Our brand, we listen to the people and we want to know what they want. And we can try and do whatever we do because we have full control over our cigars.
That's good.
That's pretty cool, man.
Frank, you
And I
want to
can tell
take
you,
a question from? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one more thing about the mint. So the change that I initially made to the mint cigar, so when it came, the first sample, it was a 660, right? So I smoked it and I was like, I like the mint. I like the flavor. It's very refreshing,
Mhm.
but it was for a mint cigar, to me, it was massive. Like it was too much
Mm-hmm.
cigar to have mint. So we talked about it. We said, well, look, we wanted the size maybe of a fat bottom Betty, right? You know, nothing too big, a decent smoke, but nothing that's you're gonna be smoking for an hour. So that change was made, and like I said, that mint has been. I mean, we go through. I don't know. We go through. We just ordered like 20 boxes, and we probably already down to 10 now. And we got a couple events
Correct,
this weekend.
correction, we're down to 5. And we just got
Yeah,
the order in last week.
Dang, that's nice.
yeah, yeah. They
So
really move.
there was a question on the chat here. It says, what is your process to get your sticks in front of new customers?
It's a good
Mm.
question.
Thank you for asking.
From the guests.
It
So
was
what we typically
Whittleback.
do, great question. So what we typically do is we like to do a bunch of cutting lights. So to everybody who's online, we would love to ask your lounge to see if we can do a cutting light, no matter what. We're in 32 different lounges throughout the United States, from West Coast, Midwest, Central, Eastern time. So East Coast, excuse me, East Coast time. So if you know anybody who want to have our cigars, please let us know. We'd love to talk to cigar owners and come out, cigar lounge owners, and come out and do a cut light to get your cigars into it.
I'm definitely gonna hit y'all up on Instagram because there's a couple of lounges that do a lot of these cut and light events, and they're pretty like good size events, and it'd be a perfect way to introduce your cigars to here in San Antonio.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely.
I'll hit y'all up on Instagram.
And we
Also,
also, oh go ahead.
I was gonna say also I can vouch for the hustle because every time I was trying to get with Eaton, he was like, "Oh, I'm in Georgia this weekend." Oh, I'm like, "Oh, I'm not going to Georgia, not right now." So I mean, these guys do hustle to get their cigars out. Go ahead, Keith. Sorry, to cut you off.
Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna say that we do a lot of events. You know, not necessarily cutting lights. You got a lot of people that have different events, parties, day parties, and sometimes it might be a bourbon tasting and cigars. So we get a lot of calls to do those type of events, and so we try to do as many events that we can because we want to get our name out there. We want people to know about our product. Um, and we've actually went to mentioning in Georgia. We went to Atlanta for a cookout at actually one of my at my fraternity. It's actually my blood brother and my fraternity brother, his chaplain. So we went to basically Fairburn, Georgia, to do a cookout. It's like a day party cookout, and we set up and did the whole event. We also did another event in Atlanta, which was more of a top chef event, Miguel's Polo Classic, which was in Atlanta, and that was amazing. Uh, the people that was there, like it was, it was top chef. We had people that uh, flying in on helicopters and getting drove by Rolls Royce up to the show. It was top shelf. So got good exposure there. But we hit the road. Sometimes you got to hit the road. You can't get nothing done at home. So we don't mind hitting the road.
Yeah. So speaking of that, how is your online sales? Like, do you sell online? Um, how does all that go? Because I know you're in lounges across the United States, but have you dived much into online sales from your website or anything else?
So initially, our business plan is online. We started off online, right? So, but what's most important to us is to be able to get it to lounges so people can enjoy it. We want to get in as many lounges as possible, but we do have options, and it's blackstogies.com to be able to purchase cigars. But as of you know today, we just met with a distributor, so we're going to start providing our distributor information to let people know where you can get our cigars and stuff at. But we definitely want to cater to the United States, everywhere across, and we want to be able to get our cigars out in as many lounges as possible. So yes, we do cater to our normal consumers on a day to day, but we also want to make sure that we get our cigars into these
And
lounges to make sure that everybody can enjoy it, not just in our region of the, I guess the southeastern region or North Carolina. So we want to get it out across the United States, which thus far we have. Like I told you, we in Georgia, we in New Jersey, we in Vegas, we in Texas, we in Oklahoma, places that you can never imagine. And you can also look on our website and look at the locations to find out. So we definitely want to be able to talk to as many lounges as possible to be able to get our cigars into the lounge so everybody can experience the Black Stogies experience, and that's cigars for the soul. And the reason why we chose that as cigars for the soul because cigars bring everybody together, no matter how good, no matter how bad your day is.
yes, sir. It's the
Yes, sir.
equalizer.
It is.
Equalizer.
Think of how many
For sure.
conversations you've had in the lounge where you don't know the person across from you, and then y'all just have a conversation because you're smoking a cigar. Like, it's just so natural.
I'm glad you said that. You saw me get up. People are coming. They don't even know we're doing a podcast right now. But people are coming, showing love, showing respect, giving hugs and all that good stuff. It's amazing. And we're so grateful and so thankful for everybody who supported us.
Well,
Got a
Eaton, and I feel your genuineness. We've met in person twice, once last May, and then once like a week or so ago. And we dapped up and hugged, and we had a conversation for like 20 minutes, just talking about your cigars and stuff before the show. So I mean, like, how often do you go meet up with a stranger again? You know what I mean? Like, it's
I,
crazy.
I got to give I got to give a major shout out to Miss Novelty. She's been down with us since day one. She had a birthday last weekend, and this is so sentimental and beautiful to us. We went to her birthday, and people. This is the first time for me and Keith. I don't know if you want to say it's been. They were like, "Oh, that's Black Stogies." People were coming out her event to take pictures and like give us hugs and say, yo, what we're doing and how we're doing it, and the product that we provide is just top shelf. A lot of people look at us as boutique cigars, but what I tell you, we have a product that is so phenomenal and is truly, truly, truly the best thing for everybody in this world to endure.
But
Well, I
boutique,
would I would say boutique is not a bad thing.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's not a bad
Yeah,
thing, you know.
it's not a bad moniker at all. Boutique is. I mean, I got into boutique through Ugo and Frank, and I was smoking only, seriously, I was smoking only Legacy
Yeah.
mostly. And then about like a year or so ago, I got into boutique, and I was like, oh, I was missing a whole corner of this whole industry. So boutique is not a bad moniker at all. I would stay boutique.
Yeah,
We,
I'm
I
we,
think.
I'm
we
I'm
place
boutique. Yeah.
we
Yeah,
place our heart, sweat, and tears in it,
yeah,
and that's what
Mhm.
people don't realize that a lot of hours, a lot of time, a lot of critiquing. And when I tell you that all our followers on Instagram, our family and friends, it's just been phenomenal. It's been
yeah.
phenomenal.
I don't know how many crops you've been through with your production. How long have you guys been in business for?
Since 2020.
5 years.
Oh, five.
So
Okay, so a few. So because we have a question here, it's asking, do you guys find it hard to keep your blend consistent with the change in tobacco crop from year to year?
absolutely not.
Okay,
So the tobacco we use is a minimum of 3 years cured. And then we'll go to this later, but we're coming out with a new cigar, and the tobacco is aged for 5 years at a minimum. That's a requirement for us. You have to be aged at a minimum of 3 years for our tobacco.
nice.
That's really cool.
That's good.
Getting into that, do you want to talk a little bit about blenders you work with or anything, or is that like a kept secret?
Well, I'll first say that our roller, which he's actually the owner of the factory, his name is Raul. And Raul is the coolest guy, right? Because we just called him today on FaceTime, and he didn't pick up, but he called us right back, right? We call him sometime late, he'll pick up. Like, and you don't see that, at least I don't think that you see that often where you can call the factory and talk to the owner, right? Uh, he's being very responsive. He's very receptive. Um, and if we ask for something to be changed or done, he'll say, "No problem, bro. I'm on it. No problem, bro." So he has been great, right? And we look forward to actually meeting him in person next month because he is really, you know, a good, such a good guy and a good business person.
And we're gonna release that when we get out there. We're gonna let people know who we use. Shout out to Raul. I hope you're watching. He's phenomenal. And he actually, so two things about him. He used to roll, I hope it's okay to say it, for Drury States. So your
Okay,
fat bottom Betties and all these things, he used to roll for him. And La Liga Privada actually did a segment on him that is phenomenal. Shout out to you, Raul. and we didn't want to release him until we out there with him. So when we go to Nicaragua, everybody's gonna know who we dealing with, how we dealing with, and it's amazing.
I need to read about the cigar I have. Do y'all have any Nicaraguan tobacco in the Black Knight? It's very smooth.
Every one of our cigars is Nicaraguan.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
are y'all
everyone.
smooth? Mine's really smooth.
Mine's very, very smooth.
Look at
What
the
about
ash
yours,
on that.
Will? Yeah.
Look at the ash on that.
My,
Yeah, look at his ass. That Black Knight look good.
Look at the
Yeah.
Look at
ash.
his ass.
I just tapped mine, but it was doing pretty good. I'm always afraid to drop it, so I always tap it.
I
Yeah,
tell you, Frank,
that's
I almost kept that one.
I'm glad you didn't, brother, because I'm
Yeah.
enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah, I
This
almost kept
cigar
that
is
one.
this Connecticut is really growing on me, and I'm glad that I don't even remember if I picked this one, but I
It's the
usually don't
Oak.
go
It's
for.
the Oak City, right?
Yeah, I think so. I
So
usually don't like box press. I just like parejo cigars. Um, but it's growing on me, and I'm doing like a experimental thing with Connecticut's right now. Like I'm trying to get like a lot of Connecticut's in because everybody kind of throws shade on them, like they're
right,
like
right.
kind of like bland or whatever. But this one's building on me. Pretty good job, guys.
Yeah, very
appreciate
good.
So
it.
again, Raul did a cigar for legal providers. Everybody know who that is, right?
Hmm.
So our master blender is phenomenal.
How did you set that up? Like, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but like, Keith said you were responsible for contacting a blender and everything else. Like, was that hard? I mean, most of us just enjoy them. We don't go looking for rollers.
So
All right.
when I personally key into something, I key in strong. I'm horse blinded. Look, y'all see that, right? I'm horse blinded. So when I talk to Raul, I ask him multiple questions. How can he do it? What he can do it? Where that? And I keep telling you, Keith downplays it a little bit, but Keith and Raul work so well together with creating our blends. And the first thing we wanted to do is make sure it was is consistent. So we wanted to have consistent leaves, consistent binders, consistent fillers, consistent tobacco. And Raul, I hope you're watching this. It's been amazing through the point. He's phenomenal. And when I met him, I always asked for certain things. So even the samples that he gave us with Keith, and like I said, Keith is very modest. Keith changed it, ripped it up, did what he wanted to do to cater to what Black Stogies wanted to produce.
That's really cool. So you've been in business for 5 years now. Do you have like dedicated Black Stogie followers? They go to every cut and light. And what do those people mean to you as far as your influence on what you release next and everything else?
Well, let me start by saying first, and I'm sure Ethan's going to chime in, but I want to first shout out the brothers of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. They have supported. They have supported us. They have supported me. They have purchased every time I go around my brothers. Hey, you got some cigars? Yo, let me get a Black Knight. Yo, let me get 2 mint. Let me get a 5 pack. Let me get a 10 pack. Let me get a box. So they have supported. And I also must say, without a doubt, that the brothers of Whittleson allowed them before, as well as the brothers of Kabbalah Temple number 177, my shrine temple. They have also supported us. If we have an event, you're going to see them in the building. They're coming through. And I just, I'm humbled to be in a place where I have friends like that, that's so supportive, and they're gonna push us up. They're not gonna let us fall. So I'll let Eden go ahead and do his piece.
And if you don't know too much about fraternities, both our fraternities were founded in 1911. Mine is the best, of course, right? Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So they also do the same thing. Um, they always been supportive, all do the deal. But not just our fraternity, the community. We did an event 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and actually we in Havana. Of course, you saw the video. It's been phenomenal. The community really loves and supports us, but they don't just support us because who we are. They support us because we have a premium product. A premium. I'm gonna say it again. Product. And thank you
And,
for all our followers. We almost at 3,000 followers, but the lounges who take the gamble on us, the community is just phenomenal.
and also, there's some special guys that have not only supported us, but have worked with us, have sold our product. They have, hey, I got an event. Let me get 2 boxes. Let me get 3 boxes. Right. So shout out to my man, my Sigma brother, Kyrie, Kyrie Wright. Uh, Also, a couple guys that we just met really in the lounge. We call it a home lounge, which is Abbott Cigars. We call it a home lounge because that's where we actually got our first product in that lounge. They were the first one to ask us to put our product in that lounge. So shout out to them. Shout out to Abbott Cigars, Miles, Mr. T, Miss Rosalind, and the other brother whose name slipped my mind. But we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. But
Sydney.
also, Sydney, he has been a advocate for us. He's been out to Vegas advocating for us. And Seth and his wife, they have worked with us on events. Like people have just really been in our corner, and we try to show the appreciation and the love, but we want to put it out there, let them know that we really appreciate from the bottom of our hearts.
And everybody before. Um, all the people that we did podcasts with before, everybody. It's just been when I tell you, it's been a beautiful blessing and a supporting community for us that we can't. And we apologize, we can't name everybody at the moment, but it's been phenomenal for us, and we're so grateful and so thankful.
So what was that moment? What was that moment that you realized Black Stogies is really taking it to the next level? It's, you start the business, you kind of see how it goes. You're like, oh, I'll be in this shop. Was there a certain cut and light somewhere where you were like, dang, we got something here. We have a community. Or was it just like over time you think, oh, you know what? We got it going.
We keep the door in. I'm gonna be honest with you. We really keep the door on our product. When I tell you, when we got out here and we started providing our cigars. So, let me back this up. We probably given away more free cigars than we sold it. I'm gonna say that again. We giving away more cigars than we sold, and people know. So, like, I'm not gonna call it another cigar brand, but we stand so strong behind our brand. If it don't work for you, we'll make sure out of our 8 blends work for you. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah, yeah, you did.
So we know that we got something for everybody, everybody. And when we initially start getting in these rooms, and we started off with, I'm gonna tell it, 25 cigars and 50 cigars and 75. And soon we pull up and they sold in the first 45 minutes. We knew we had something for the community. We had cigars for the soul for everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you could tell that just by the blends that you offer. I mean, like I said, 4x60, a little piggy, the Boss Hog. and then you have the Salomon for the people who like to chill for 2 hours, and then you have the Gordos 660s. You have the box press for the people that like box press. You have the Connecticut's for the people that like that. You have the flavored. Um, that's really cool. I mean, that's important. I think also for a business to sustain like that.
I also want to touch bases on our cigars. So we name our cigars after significant things that's in our life. So if it's okay, real quick, the Boss Hog, it's a pig shape, right?
Hmm.
So we both from the South. I'm from South Carolina. We from North Carolina. We both country. So the Boss Hog, that's how we gave the name. Do y'all remember Boss Hog?
Yes,
From
sir. Dukes of
from
Hazzards.
yeah, Dukes of
Do
Hazzard.
say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right,
Yep.
My childhood right there, man.
you feel
Yeah.
me? All right.
Yeehaw!
So then you got the Oak City. So we live in Raleigh. Shout out to Raleigh, it's the city of the Oak,
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Oak everywhere.
right? So
Yeah.
then you got the Black Onyx. So we're both Masonic brothers. So we wanted to send a contribute to everybody who supports us with that. Then you got the professional cut. It's a barber pole. Every name comes with a strategic reason. So the professional cut, I tell everybody, shout out to Joe, exclusive grooming. He's a barber. So the barber pole was significant to us. He was the first person that actually invested in us. So we had to give him a contribute. So then you go over to the King Solomon. As again, Masonic for us. So it's King Solomon. The actual cigar is a Solomon shape. So we want to give a contribute to that. We also have the 1911. Everybody who knows us, I'm Cap Alpha Psi till the day that I die. Yo, he's Omega Psi Phi until the day he died. So we call it a 1911, right? And then you got the Black Knight. It's a chess piece. It's one of the strongest pieces on the board. So that's why it's our full body. Then the chocolate tie, it takes us back. And I'm gonna be real with you. When I was younger, yeah, I used to smoke a little. Yeah, you get it. So the chocolate tie was a special. And then the Mint Condition. Shout out to Mint Condition is a band that everybody loves. So we had to put it out there. When I tell you everything has a significant name and thought process behind it, we had to have it.
So I don't see the 1911 on your website. Is that on the website?
It's not. So
Okay.
it's a seasonal smoke, and we honestly just bought it back for the summer.
So what does the 1911 consist of? Because anything that is limited edition, I have to know about it. Is that a flavored, or is it infused, or is it
No,
No,
tobacco?
it's
pure
not.
premium cigar. It's a 6x60.
Okay.
The tobacco filler leaf also is out of Nicaragua. Um, it's medium plus plus, and it's just amazing. And matter of fact, I apologize. I bought it to show everybody tonight, but it was the 1911 Omega version, so I gave it away tonight.
And it's
Come on,
actually
man.
it's actually a six. It's a 7x60.
Sorry, 7x6. Excuse me.
So it's a little bit
760.
longer. Yeah, it's a 7x60.
It's a Gordo Grande. It's a
Yep.
huge. Okay,
Yep. Yep.
interesting. Do y'all do anything
So
over a 60? It's a 60 the
No,
biggest
not
ring
yet.
gauge?
Yep. 60
Okay.
right
Well,
now.
we have in the past, but through our new company, we haven't done anything. We've done a, a 770, but we don't carry that right now.
Well, I'll be honest. Anything over a 60 when it's that long gets to be a little bit hard to smoke. In my opinion, personally, it's a lot of airflow for that length.
Yeah.
And
And for me personally,
we cut back because we have a lot of we have I wouldn't say a lot. We have selected customers that just want it.
oh yeah, some people just want that big boss cigar that they can just. Was
Yeah.
it a box press or was it a
No,
regular?
it's a gordo.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a quarter. It's a round.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's a
I was gonna
gordo.
say you're competing with the CAO Flathead 770 big block.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Or the lunatic.
or the lunatics as well. Yeah.
Hey, real quick. So on the screen, there's a question. It says,
Okay.
"What's your biggest pet peeve in the cigar industry?"
Say it again.
What's your biggest pet peeve in the cigar industry?
Oh
So
God.
I,
I'm gonna let
I
you go first,
I'll
Keith.
I'll go first. So my biggest pet peeve is when we go to a cigar lounge and we're trying to present our blends, and some of the time we're speaking with the humidor manager, not necessarily the owner, but the humidor manager. Sometimes the owner as well. But what happens is they seem to they want to look at their own palate, and they'll say, okay, um, I don't like this, I don't smoke miles, so let me try this, right? And our thing is, if you are owner or you are a humidor manager, you should be looking out for your customers, not for your palate. So we go through that a lot, and we've been in lounges where, uh, you know, our cigar didn't get in there, and I tell Ethan sometimes, hey, don't worry about it. We're gonna keep it moving, right? Because we can't change their mindset. But we hate to go somewhere and they wanna and everybody wants samples. You know, can we get, let me get some samples, then you don't hear back from them. And things of that sort. We sent some samples down to Louisiana about about 2 years ago now. And one of my good friends that turned me on to this lounge, it's probably like one of the biggest lounges in Louisiana, and we sent some samples. We followed back up probably about a couple weeks later, and they finally responded and right, well, we don't have room in our humidor. Well, what the hell you need a sample for then if you knew you didn't have room in your humidor? But it's those type things that we deal with that I mean, I guess it's part of the game, but those are some of my pet peeves.
Okay.
For
My
sure.
my pet my pet peeve is that I will not reveal the cigar, but today I was on social media and there was a celebrity that had a cigar, right? And people was like, "Oh my God, I gotta just have that cigar." They never touched it. They know nothing about it. They're not personal with it. They can't reach the owner. They can't. They don't understand the blood, sweat, and tears that we put into our blends and all this and all that. They overlook us because we're normal people. How do you feel you need a celebrity cigar, but you choose not to even try my cigar, knowing I put hundreds of hours into the blend and everything that we're doing, and you won't even try it? And the thing is with us, guess what? You can't call this cigar, that cigar, this cigar, that cigar. Or if you light it up and it's not good to you, right? But you come to us, we going to make sure out of our 8 blends, you got something you like. If we have the opportunity to provide you with 8 different tries, and you won't give us one try, but you will go to a celebrity cigar and try it and act like it's the best cigar in the world just because it has a celebrity tag on it.
Yeah.
That's my pet peeve.
I don't get gravitated by celebrity cigars. If anything, I haven't even put
I get
any on my
pushed away.
channel.
No, I
Yeah,
get pushed away when a celebrity endorses one. I'm like,
yeah. and we
They
should
don't put
like.
their blood, sweat, and tears in it. They
I
just
mean,
that's almost like a white blend, right? A
yeah,
white label, excuse me, white label. It's almost like a white label. Somebody creates something for you, they put your name on it because you're a celebrity, and they sell it. But we gotta pick the tobacco. We gotta find the aged tobacco. We gotta smoke thousands of cigars or have thousands of people to smoke the cigar and with our own dime. But you will not try my cigar just because I'm not a celebrity.
some
Uh,
people's some people just gravitate towards the fan club, you know what I mean? But there's a
Oh yeah.
cigar for everybody, and even if they try your cigars and they don't like them, you know what? They're not gonna be for everybody, right? Like you have your individual palate, your individual choices, and you're gonna gravitate towards something that agrees with your palate, right? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, all you're asking is for a try, and if they end up
That's it.
yeah.
and if
And
they
we
end up
got
giving it
eight
to you,
blends you can
give it
try.
up. Yeah,
We have 8 blends you can try. Not one blend, 2 blends, or 3 blends. We have 8 blends you can try. And we're willing to compensate you by putting that blend away if it doesn't work for you and try another one of blends on our dime.
for sure, for
Hey,
sure.
I'll be honest. The wrapper on this one I haven't seen since the Partagas Black Label. I mean, that's a squirrel wrapper right there.
Oh, I like the way
What
you
Yeah.
pronounce that, bro. Oscuro.
Oscuro? Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Oscuro.
My
He
oh
wife
said that
said
well.
my
yeah.
wife's
He said that
Ecuadorian, so
well.
Hey,
she
so,
she she hit me with a sandal if I didn't say it right.
somebody's been practicing their
And
pronunciations.
and let me appreciate for a second that white label on that black cigar right there. I mean, that's a great. I mean, honestly, when I got this in my hands, I was like, "Damn, I want to smoke this thing right now."
Yeah.
It's nice. Um, have you have you thought about reaching out to your local celebrities in North Carolina, South Carolina, to see if they would try them? And also, my second part of my question: do you guys do samplers since you have 8 blends? Do you do samplers like, "Hey, try Black Stogies for such and such a price. Here's one of everything." Do y'all do that?
I don't.
Yes. So we have reached out. So we actually have a event going on this weekend. It's we call it the annual meeting for my fraternity. So we're going to have our grand bachelors here. We're going to have all of our executives, grand executive team, who do a lot of traveling around. They do a lot of speaking engagement, and the actual first vice is his name. The first vice grand bachelor, his name is Mark Jackson. So Mark Jackson, he's actually the founder and the governor, I think they call him, of the Good Time Cigar Game. So we're here tonight at Havana Deluxe, and Wednesday nights is the night that the Good Time Cigar Game comes here to smoke. But he is the one that founded it, started it, because he did a lot of traveling with his personal job, and he just started different pods all over, right? So you have a deputy mayor in Raleigh, you have a deputy mayor. So I think he's actually the mayor, but he have deputy mayor in Raleigh, deputy mayor and I think it actually started in D.C. And the first deputy mayor that was in D.C. is now in Raleigh, and he's here tonight. So he's always here, um, and he's very supportive as well. But we've reached out to other celebrities when we've been at different locations. I forget his name, but we went to Atlanta. We uh, we actually didn't have a cigar on us to give him, but we spoke with very known, well-known DJ, uh, 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 Nice, DJ Nice, that's right. Greg Nice, we spoke with him. Uh, he's kind of into a little bit of the cigar game as well. And we spoke with several other people. And we just tried to put a stick in their hand. Hey, here's something for you. Just try it and let me know what you think.
And
Yeah, this
shout out to Makai Pfeiffer, who came to our booth when we did TPE in Vegas, and he loved our cigars.
Yeah, the cigar industry is weird, right? Like you have people like us who smoke very often, and then the next level down are people who are like, I smoked about 8 months ago when my
Right.
nephew had a child. So it's a very weird industry because it's like the difference between someone who smokes multiple a day and someone who smokes once, twice, 3 times a year, and those who smoke every blue moon, right? It's a super weird industry to try to get into and to try to figure out where's the customer base. I've noticed that. I'm not in the business of selling cigars, but I have friends, right? And they're like, "Oh yeah, I smoke cigars." I'm like, "Oh, when's the last time you smoked a cigar?" Oh, like I don't know, 10 months ago. And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, you smoke cigars." Parenthetically, yeah, you
Right.
smoke cigars. I have friends, like these gentlemen on the podcast right here, plus others, 2 or 3 before lunch, or a day, and it's like it's a very awkward industry to try to figure out when someone says I smoke cigars, what do they actually mean by that? When you drink, when
Yeah.
when you're celebrating, or just because it's a Tuesday and you're working remote and you have the time, right?
So, for example, I have smoked. I'm on my third cigar today.
For
Black,
the
black,
day.
black, black stogies though.
There you go.
Yeah, as
Yes.
you can see.
Hey,
So
real
I'm
real
on my
quick
third
cigar,
one.
real quick cigar check.
No, I haven't even had to light this again. Look at that. I'm
Uh,
still going. We've been in this thing over an hour and no relight.
Yeah,
no,
me
me,
same
me
here.
neither. Yeah, me neither.
I
No
did a
relight.
touch up because I was talking a lot. Keith, I didn't see your cigar, man.
Yeah, it's about gone.
Oh yeah, throw it close to the camera, man.
I I I
Cause you're
started
smoking what?
early.
Yeah, I know you. I know. Me and you were smoking the same one. I was just trying to figure out where you were at.
Yeah.
He in the last third.
Hey
So
guys,
and
quick question. I kind of glanced over your cigar blends. Two things caught my eye real quick. I saw that you guys use Omatepe in a couple of your blends. One being
Yes,
this Connecticut,
yes,
and the other one is Pueblo Nuevo. Is Pueblo Nuevo in Nicaragua also?
yes, yes.
Okay. I haven't heard of that filler. I don't know if the other guys on the panel have heard of the Pueblo Nuevo.
I've
Very
never
I
heard of
interesting.
it.
haven't.
And then I just want to say that the Omatepe, I can really taste it in this cigar. It's got that mineral earth. It's kind of like chalky, kind of like right
Yep.
volcanic.
So
I'll
how do
say
you feel about that? How do you feel about that taste?
I like it. I like that that earthiness that's more mineral driven as opposed to like more damp earth driven. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I like funky notes like the CEO Amazon Basin. That's
oh
really
yeah,
funky. A Dominican Arturo Fuentes that's really funky. It's got that vintage cigar taste. And then the pepper, the other stuff. That's typical of cigars, right? But you
Right.
rarely find cigars that have that nuance, unique taste.
and I'll tell you something. Eaton and Keith, Ugo smokes several cigars a week, a day. He reviews several cigars a week, a day. And so if he likes it, that's a good sign for your brand. Honestly, he's a very big cigar
Nerd.
reviewer
Nerd.
Yeah.
nerd.
nerd.
Yeah, he's got that damn book with the flavor wheel, and he puts it behind his on his shorts. It's like there's the book behind him. So that's a good. If he likes it, that's good.
Yeah.
I will say I'm really enjoying the Black Knight. It's a lot of nutty almond. There's some leather in there. There's not much pepper, which I was really surprised about hearing it's from Nicaragua. And I mean, honestly, I'm super enjoying it. It's linear, but I don't mind the flavor. Like from first light up to now, I haven't tasted any much difference, but it's like that's great because I've been drinking the same thing, the bourbon Coke. And so for me, if I'm chilling with y'all at the Havana Deluxe, I'm happy 2 hours later, right? Like that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. So
And
Frank, what do you
Yeah, and
think of
we
the King Solomon?
the retro on it is amazing. Very smooth cigar. Like I haven't been able to like to put it down. I keep bringing. I've had it. I've been holding it the whole time. I haven't dropped it on my ashtray to hold for a second because I just want to keep puffing it. I'm trying not to overdo it and over smoke it too quick. But it's amazing. It's doing really good. I like it.
yeah. So you mentioned pepper.
Oh,
You smoke some cigars and you get that a lot of that pepper that kind of to pep it up, make it more full body. And I didn't want that. I didn't want that pepper because what for me, a lot of times, sometimes that'll cause me to my mouth to start watering, things like that. So I didn't want it to. I wanted full body, but I didn't want it peppery. So
Hmm.
uh, yeah,
Well, Keith, let me challenge you for a second. You said that lounge in Louisiana, they never hit you back. What if you offered one totally different from what you like, right? And just said, "Hey, offer this one to the customers who are just not like me at all." I mean, y'all's brand is doing very well for only being 5 years old. It might be something to consider. Us, we appreciate all brands and all kinds. It's
yeah,
just something to keep in mind. Like there's some people I know one guy specifically named Sosa. He loves that pepper burn. He loves the tear in his eye. He's a maniac.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's him. That he's got a whole channel about that. He's looking for the strongest cigar. Um, I would, it's just me. You don't have to take my word for it, but say, hey, Raul, make something I wouldn't like at all, and then give it to customers and just say like, yo, yeah, what do you think? And if you might get more, and that's just my opinion. You might get some different people that might not be on Black Stogies yet.
yeah. And we first and foremost, we tell all of our customers that we want your feedback. We want your honest
Hmm.
feedback. If you like what we have, then we want you to tell us you like it. If you don't like it, we want you to tell us that, right? It's not gonna hurt our feelings, right? We want
Yeah.
the truth of because you'll be like, yeah, it was pretty good, but then you walk out, you tell your friend, oh, that was trash, right? I want you to tell me it's trash. So if I need to make some adjustments, then we can do that. So we
Yeah.
definitely but we're gonna talk about when Ian get back. I guess we can kind of go in and talk a little bit about our next cigar that's coming out,
Nice. Hell yeah.
and give you some information about that. But that is going to be another full body cigar. So again, you know, and what I try to do is I try to get other people's opinion. That's why I got him to send me some additional. Hopefully, he's going to send some this week, some more samples, so I can get other people to try because there are people out there that smoke more than me. So I take their input and I take their suggestions and I use it. I don't just it ain't about me. It's about the customer, and I get that.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna share something with you. Oh, both of you.
so when you
There's a cigar brand
no
owner
go ahead.
that saw I think he saw a review on YouTube. Guy hated the cigar. And you know what the brand owner did? He said,
Yes,
"All right, you don't like that cigar? Here's my whole portfolio. See if you like one of those.
exactly.
Let me know."
I
Oh
like that,
shit.
and that's what I was saying earlier that we will allow like you can't go to certain cigar companies and say, "Oh, I bought this, I don't want it." You can come to us and say that, and we're gonna make sure we cater to your palate.
Awesome.
Well, I wish I could say I'm not enjoying this just so I could try the other seven, but I am
Right.
enjoying it. I am enjoying it.
I
So
was
you
ready
don't.
to say that. I was
Yeah,
ready to
no
say
worries. No worries in here. I'm
that.
happy with what I got.
So I was going to ask a question. So going back to I guess the blending. So when you blend, do you blend on stuff that you guys like, or are you listening? Do you listen a lot to the feedback you get from your like other people or like your customers?
Yes, feedback from our customers. So, like I said earlier, we'll take a sample and we'll give it out and we'll get their feedback, right? And then from their feedback, right, and our feedback, and we'll put it together. So if someone says, uh, "I like the cigar, but for some reason it didn't burn evenly," so the whole first third it was tunneling, but then it kind of corrected itself on the second third, and the third it was fine, right? So we'll take that information back and we'll send it to our factory, we'll send it to our roller and say, hey, on this cigar, we've had a couple people say that it's tunneling, So there's something with the roll with the filler that's not right, right? And he'll jump right on it, you know. It's like he never says, well, that don't sound right, or I don't believe that happened. He'll be like, no problem, bro. you know, I'm gonna look into it, you know, or anything that we need, it's always been I'm gonna take care of it. You know, we had a couple boxes that was damaged when we received them on our last order, and he was like, "No problem, I'll send you. I'll replace those boxes, right?" So, but we definitely listen to our customers, like, because I understand that I only smoke what I like, right? I want people to smoke what they like. And I don't smoke the mild cigars. I don't smoke many of the Connecticut cigars, but I have smoked them. And when I smoke them, I'm smoking it to see to check the construct of it, to check the make of it, to make sure it's built well, to make sure it burns well, to make sure that it holds the burn and it doesn't continue to go out. I'm smoking it for those purposes, uh, because if I don't, then how can I produce a cigar if I don't know that it's well constructed? You know, so
Well, now
No,
I see why I've
nothing
never
is for
met you,
us.
Keith.
Nothing is
Yeah.
for us. It's for our people. It's for our cigar smokers. We don't focus on what our palate is like. We also know it's for everybody else palate is like.
And now I
Right.
see why I've never met Keith. He's been in the back smoking cigars while I'm talking to Eaton about some
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Keith's like, you call this a cigar?
Yeah. So I think you guys were gonna talk
Yeah.
about your upcoming releases. I don't know if this fits into it, but they're asking if you got a Cameroon wrapper coming or any exotic tobacco that you might want to share.
Disclose.
So for me, my role, I do all the packaging and the boxes and the designs and all that kind of stuff. So we started off at one point with all black boxes. Hold up. I'm gonna grab a box for you guys. Hold on one second.
Yeah. Somebody had a question about the packaging.
The blend.
I No, the packaging.
Oh,
I think it was he left already. Nick. I haven't seen the boxes yet. Maybe he has. Maybe it's something exotic or
yeah.
something unique. I don't know.
Recently on their Instagram, they showed like second and third iterations of their boxes. Originally, y'all had a picture of you both on the box, and now it's like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the
So
mint.
we,
That's the mint condition, right?
Yeah, with the mint green.
Yeah.
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 That is a beautiful box.
And see, my
Beautiful.
wife
So,
would grab for that box.
hey, so let me tell you
The
a
color.
quick story how we ended up with that color box. We were at TPE this year, well, last year, end of last year,
Excuse me, my brother.
and the we our roller, the factory changed box companies. So our mint green was a darker mint color.
That's here, here,
So
here.
When we got the boxes, when we got our order, they were that color. It's more like a Tiffany green.
Yeah.
So we had to roll with them because that's all we had. So we were at
And
TPE.
that was a decision by Raul.
Yeah. So we had them, and this lady came by and said, "Oh my God, I love this box." So I was like, "Oh really?" She said, "Yes, it's like a Tiffany green. It's like the Tiffany color."
Yeah.
So I said, "Well, I didn't think of it that way." So I said, "E, what you think? You want to go back to the original color, or you want to keep this color?" So we were like, "Hey, let's keep this color. It's
We have
attractive."
something almost like the Philadelphia Eagles color original. And we do have that on our page. So check us out. You can see the evolution of our boxes on Black Stogies on Instagram.
You
Yeah,
kind of lost
check out Black
me.
Stogies.
You lost me on the Philadelphia Eagles green. I almost dropped off right here.
I
Hey,
see
I
that
don't think
star
it's
back there.
quite. It's not quite the green for the Philadelphia Eagles. It's close.
So I'm Dallas Cowboy fan. I mean, us and the Eagles that we don't get along.
We might have to do something for you, special edition.
I know we do have a guy who said, "Would you consider naming one the Feed Black, a Black Stogie customer blended cigar?" I think that's a pretty cool name for a cigar.
Feed black. That's
Hmm.
different.
Keep it Black
Feedback.
Stogies. Yeah, yeah. You talk to all your customers and you say, "What do you want?" And then that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Feedback. I like that. So
Yeah.
hearing different things from our customer feedback. Tell
No,
him, shout out to him. I love the idea.
Oh, I think he's still watching. It was the last comment.
Josephus. Yeah.
Yeah, Joseph. He watches a lot of stuff. He's a great guy, and he
Hey,
has a review channel too.
tell him if he not gonna want 30% for that idea, we might can do something. Feedback. I like that. That honestly, I'm open to things like that. My mind always is in. Look, I will send him a message at 3 in the morning, like, "Yo, so our I'm not gonna get the name of it. Our 50th anniversary. I think I sent him a message at like 4 in the morning. Nope, it was 5, and I was like, this is what we're doing. 5 in the morning. So the color, so y'all see the colors, the whole different chain, the gauges, the style, the leaf, and let me make this clear. Our 5th year is going to have 5 years of pure tobacco in it.
Oh, that's good.
So remember, it's like a wordplay. 5 years, so of tobacco is our number 5, and we're gonna change the quantity. Want to want to talk about it now?
Yeah, might as well.
And we're going to have 15 sticks in each one. So our quantity come in 24, but we're gonna do 5, 5, 5, 5. That's how we're gonna promote it.
20 cigar sampler, or
Or 15.
5, 5, 5, 5.
15.
15. My bad.
And
My math is.
5
Yeah,
years,
not
5
mapping.
years aged tobacco, 15, and our 5th year.
That's cool.
I told you we give thought to everything that we're doing.
Hey, I'll give you one that my wife doesn't like the name of. I want a cigar called the 7-Year Itch.
Hey, hold up. We got 2 more years to come, so hold on to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. In 2 years, you don't have to give me credit because I don't want the credit because it might, she might say something, but no, yeah. No, I'm really enjoying the Black Knight. So this is your most popular stick, right? Correct? Am I right?
So our Black Knight is our signature cigar. It comes
Okay.
in a white box. I was trying to catch one. I might be able to catch one in a second. It's in your truck, I think. So I was going to show the white box. The band is totally different, and also we're changing the bands on our cigars to let everybody know exactly. We wanted something sleek and clean with our bands, so everybody know who we are, and you won't be confused about what we're doing.
Well, I like the subtle color. I'll show the band real quick because I just took it off. It goes from it's white. Let me see if it'll shake up real quick. It's white. It goes from green to red, red to green,
Yeah, that's right.
and it's very subtle. But on that black ass wrapper, it really shows up. It's nice.
Right,
And I'll say leather, nuts, like oaky. I mean, it's a great cigar. It's linear, but I don't mind that. Right?
right,
It's smooth retro, which is why I was surprised it was Nicaraguan tobacco.
right.
Um, I mean, and honestly, I only have 9 minutes left of this podcast, and I got like 20 minutes left of the cigar. So a 660 that lasts an hour 45 is pretty good.
Right.
Yeah,
Bro,
I'm
that
still.
660 will last me like 2 podcasts length.
Well, hey, I I'm a fast
Well,
smoker, honestly. Like
well,
me
this one was
personally.
a pretty big cigar, and I mean, I just been nonstop smoking it, and I still have a lot
Yeah,
Can
left.
what do you were a seven? Let me see what you were. You were
can y'all
seven
see
and a
that?
half by 58. You were seven and a half 58.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Can y'all see? Can y'all see that?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
beautiful.
So when you open it, look how beautiful it is.
Yeah, it says Black
Elegant.
Knight. And then pull it down a little bit so we can see the cigars. Pull it pull it down. Angle it a little bit. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean
there
it's
you go.
see, I'll be honest with you.
Ah,
I'll be
there we
honest with
go.
you. If I was at a cut and light, I would reach for the Black Knight because I really like the juxtaposition between the white band and the super oscuro wrapper. I'm just gotta be like, yeah, I gotta try that. I just have to.
Yep. I like that. I like that. I like that contrast of the white and black.
Yeah. And to be honest, one of our customers, again, we are customer based. A customer saw this and he said, you know what? Because it used to be a black box. So he was like, nah, change it. We're gonna change it totally up. I mean, look at it, look at that, look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
Look how
Oh wow.
beautiful.
I like the it has the chest piece.
Yes, that's the Black Knight.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey
So we
guys,
want
uh, before you guys, before I lose my train of thought, on your blends, what's been the fastest blend that you have come up with, and what's the blend that's taking you the longest to come up with?
Good question.
Yeah, that
I
is a
think
good
the
question.
fastest was I think the fastest was the Boss Hog. It's a 4x60. Um,
Okay.
it's actually I smoked it last night, and I sent Keith a text. So I'm more of your mild to medium, right?
Hmm.
And I text Keith after I smoked him. I was like, this shit might be full body. Oh, excuse me.
That's all
No,
good.
you
It's all
good.
good.
You good? You
Hey,
good?
I've already done it. Don't worry about
I
it.
was like, this might. I think this is more full body. And Keith was like, I know.
Wait, let me check your website real quick before you start pulling some BS. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm telling
Boss
you.
Hog,
Yes.
strange, mild. Come on, man. You
Yeah.
can't.
And Keith said to me, I texted him what, like 12 something last night. And he was like, this morning, he was like, yeah, it's a full. I was like, man, yes.
Let
Um,
Cool.
me see.
So how long did that take in time? Like, or how many iterations did you go through to come up with the boss hog? And how long did it take you?
So really, it was like only two different iterations because we got the samples, we tried the samples, we took the feedback, and so we only made one change. How can I put it? We didn't make changes on every cigar, but there was a few that we only made one change. And after that change, they are what they are today.
Okay.
So it wasn't like we had to continue saying, well, change this. change that. I don't like this. It was only once, and he got it. He got it. He got it.
All right, cool. So now your collaboration with blending, is it remote or do you actually visit the cigar factories?
Virtually, we on mute. We on mute.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
We virtually say it right
Okay.
and let them know the changes. But we're going to the factory May next in a couple weeks. We were supposed to
Okay.
go in April, but we transitioned to go to in May, and we're definitely going to. Um, the beautiful thing about it is, Keith like to be so modest with changes, right? He don't hammer Raul, but he be like, "Nah, that ain't right. Nah, that ain't right. All we need to do is add this, take this out, incorporate this, and then when we make that change, it's not much that Raul has to do to make that change in what we actually want."
All right, cool. Now, taking into account, the ethical aspect of the cigar industry, which there's some, business that's kind of like sketchy, right? Do you really trust your cigar maker, your factory, without disclosing the name of it, to actually um, be working for you rightfully and be crafting the blend for you?
Hands on, he's the best in the world.
Okay.
He's the best. When I tell you, he's the best in the world, and I probably said earlier, but I'm not gonna say it. He used to roll for a very high
Right.
level, prominent
Right.
cigar company that
Okay.
everybody smokes a cigar.
All right.
Hmm.
That's cool. I mean, I'm just saying because me personally, I'll go to DR. I'll go to Nicaragua if I had a cigar brand. I want to see that cigar being made. But that's just me. That's just my work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like
And
I can
yeah,
like I
they're going.
yeah, no, that's good.
We have hundreds of pictures
Hey,
and video
that's
and
awesome.
that we are hands on in it. So
That's cool.
let's make sure that clear to everybody here.
Because
We're 100% hands on in everything that we do. We don't let him make it and then it's just like, oh yeah, put a band on. No, excuse me, that's BS. No, we're 100% hands on, and like I said, we if Keith tests it and we have other people to test it, if it's something that we don't want, the beautiful thing about our manufacturer and our roller is he doesn't feel uncomfortable or feel any pressure when we tell him that doesn't work. When Keith said in the beginning, we had 12, maybe 15 different blends in the beginning.
yeah.
We didn't smoke all of it and we didn't do all, we didn't need to. We knew what that baseline was and then we
Okay.
added to it or we took away from it to get it
Yeah.
to where we want it.
For sure. No, and, and it's just just me, my where I come from, like my work ethic, and there's a lot of factories that have bunch of wheels there, you know,
No, we're not doing
and
that.
the last thing you want is like these fucking guys like, hey, I got these wheels, let me just send them what I got here instead of like actually
Nope.
like get me the leaf. You see what I'm saying?
Nope.
And I'm not saying you're doing it, I'm just saying like your
Right.
trust in that person, that's if you trust them, that's cool. But hey,
And we had the opportunity to look at all the tobacco that he produced because he had his own farm to produce to what we actually want. So he pulls them out, shows us the leaf, and we actually have. I'm gonna talk a little too much, but soon we're gonna probably incorporate our own farm there in Nicaragua that
man, that's
we
sick.
have hands on with our own tobacco. That's the beautiful thing about our manufacturing. He allows us to have 100% full control. If he pulls some tobacco out and we looking at it and the color's not right, this we're like, what is this shit?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Quality
we
control, my
want
boy.
what we got exactly. You feel me? So we have 100% full control, full rights on everything, and to also tell you something else. Now I know I would say all our blends, we have 100% rights to our 8 blends. Nobody else. So other people that he may work with does not have
You
legally
got the
by
recipe.
us to
At the
control
recipe.
what our recipe is. Our recipe is our. Nobody else can get that mint.
How do you say
Nobody
recipe?
else.
How do you say the
No,
recipe in Spanish?
I don't even know.
Liga,
Liga. Okay, well,
la liga.
Liga. We have La Liga. And that's funny. So we have 100% control over our recipe that nobody else can get what we have.
Not
Hey,
awesome. That
I
yeah.
told you it was a good thing to get Ugo to like your cigar because he's always on it. He's a
La
nerd.
Liga.
He likes, that's good.
Hey, just my last thought here. Josefa is gonna take all your margins, bro. He's saying you need a boss hog Corona called the Roscoe, and if you know, you know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
as long as he don't want 30%, we might name one that.
Well,
Because
I
we
think
originally started with the boss hog. We had a Connecticut leaf, and we changed it to Albano leaf.
Hey, I will say that's one of those sizes that the nerds, us on the panel, and others watching, we go for that. We know we like the shorter smokes, but they're gonna give us the flavor. It's not a normal cigar, but that's what we like. So the Boss Hog is definitely gonna do well if it
the
isn't already.
Josephus like, hey, just if you use the name to send him a cigar.
Oh yeah,
He said,
not
"I'm
a
cheap.
problem.
I'm cheap.
Tell
Just
him
send
no,
me one.
no
Just send
problem,
me
no
one."
problem.
There you
Hey,
go.
Yeah.
Josephus is like that typical Mexican paisa. Is like, hey man, how much you gonna charge me to tear down this drywall? I'll charge you a
Yeah.
24 pack of Budweiser, homie.
Yeah. I'll do it for a pack.
And we got you. We
Give me a
got you.
case. Give me a
Hey,
case, man.
he's a great guy. Honestly, he does reviews. He supports. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's definitely a good guy. So we are at the end of our show. Uh,
man,
what is
already?
next?
Yeah,
Man.
I know,
come by so
right?
fast.
So Keith Eaton, what is next for Black Stogies? What's the next big thing? Let us know what's going on with y'all.
So what we've been working on right now, and we're getting ready to go into full speed with it, is our 50th anniversary. We're pushing that. We got a couple people working with us on the marketing side to get it out. We're about to start doing some more cutting lights, and we're going to have a couple of those to feature, not to smoke, not to purchase, but we're gonna build the suspense. I told Raul to send us a 5 pack so that we can have it to show, we can have it for him to look at, but it's the plan is for it to come out January 1st, and we're going full speed with that. We're also going to be doing some more traveling, obviously to Nicaragua next month, uh, also to Atlanta next month. And we've been talking actually today about doing a tour in Vegas of several lounges, maybe a extended weekend to do some cutting lights out there. So we're still on the road. We're still on the road, and we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep marketing. We're gonna keep talking about our product, and we want everyone to know about Black Stogies. Cigars for the
Definitely.
soul.
Awesome.
Awesome. And that's how
All
you
right.
can do, man. You can just promote your stuff, and whoever's gonna catch onto it is gonna catch onto it, and just hope for the best, right?
Absolutely.
All right, Ugo, what do you have coming up?
What's today? Wednesday. I got to drop tomorrow. Shit, I'm fucking lost right now. I got too much into the show.
Hey, I'll tell you something. This dude will put out previews of his whole week.
Yeah.
So even if he doesn't get to it, we'll get to it
Oh
on
yeah, the
Instagram, YouTube.
the Colmena. I have the Colmena. I dropped the original one Tuesday, dropping the 10th tomorrow, and then my Friday morning live, and then I got finally the JC Newman Yagua, which is a pretty interesting fucking cigar the way they're made.
It's like
But
it's
yeah,
like
that's what
a hexagon shape, right?
it's no, it's a whatever shape because they just bundle it, wrap it in a fucking banana leaf, throw it in the
And whatever
crate,
it takes.
and in whatever shape it takes, fucking hexagon, triangle, Pentagon.
No, fuck that.
It's crazy. Yeah,
That's awesome.
What about you, Frank?
For me, I have the there's another brand that is not as well known, but it's called the Kingmakers. They I have their last one. It's their Maduro. I have that one coming out probably Friday, and then I have another Cuban cigar that I'm probably going to try to release Sunday a review for. So
nice.
Awesome.
Remember, don't release videos at the same time other cigar reviewers release videos, bro.
yeah, I know.
That's my pet peeve. All right. The internet is the internet is a huge place. There's like 24 time slots. 12 about
So
12
I will say
times.
it's happened to us because normally Google would release a video at 10 a.m. and then so that I was like, you know what, I'll release mine at 10:30. But then he switched it to 10:30, and I'm like, oh man. So
No, it
now
wasn't me. It wasn't it was you
I
you got with the Epicurean smokes.
Epicurean. Okay,
Not
I'll get with
me.
him and I'll make sure that that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I'm just saying
Yeah,
because you're premiering and it's I'm not being like a negative Nancy.
No,
I'm
no,
actually
no,
being positive
no.
because
I get it. Yeah, for sure.
we jump on your premieres. That
Yeah,
ensures you the 5-7 viewers that go on your video. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? So if you got two dropping at the same time, your homies, like
You split. Yeah, you split.
doesn't make sense.
and for me, something on Friday, and then something on Sunday, Monday. I don't know what yet, but I'm trying to get back into the swing. I was good. I was doing pretty consistently Friday, Sunday, but the last couple weeks I've been really busy at work. So something's coming up in the
We we
next
need we need that
on the
Sunday
weekend.
Churchill series again,
We
man.
do, right? Yeah, exactly. I've been doing Gordos and Toros and
We need
stuff.
that
So
Churchill size, man. Come on.
yeah,
Hey,
so
that's the
I'm
only
getting,
time I attend church when you release your
yeah.
Churchill,
When
man.
I released my Churchill on Sunday,
You know what
I
I'm
had I
saying?
had my Churchill Sundays, and then I was like, damn, I can't keep this up, man. I gotta keep this up. But no. So thank you guys for coming on. I know we've been in talks for this for a long time. These guys, for the chat, these guys stay busy. They stay working, and I'm so glad we finally got a chance to speak with them. They have a great brand. I think I've enjoyed my cigar. I guess everybody's enjoyed their
I
cigars.
enjoyed it.
I had
Oh
a
yeah.
Gordo, and this thing is still. I still have 10 minutes on this thing, so
Speaking of the
I
devil,
appreciate
sauce that popped up.
this guy. Yeah. Hey, Sosa, I mentioned you about 40 minutes ago. Just check it out. No, so I appreciate Black Stogies. Thank you guys for coming on. Eaton, let me know when y'all are doing something in the area. I'm gonna try to hit out one of your cutting smokes because I really want to. I've been so damn busy in Apex. I work in Apex, and I've been so busy. But at some point, I'm definitely going to hit one of the actual cutting lights because I like this. I like the cigar. So uh, thank you guys for coming on for the chat. Thank you guys on the panel. Thank you, Black Stogies, for coming on. We had a great chat. I had a lot of fun. I think the guys did too.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
guys, stick around for a second afterwards. We'll talk. We'll talk a little bit.
Behind
And for
in the
everybody else,
backstage.
yeah, and for everybody else, thank you for joining, and we'll be back next Wednesday for the next Stogie Society podcast number 28.
1 second. 1 second.
Uh,
Yes, sir. Yes,
Every,
sir.
everybody can find us. Please follow us on Black Stogies at Instagram. Please follow us on Black Stogies on Facebook. Our website is www.blackstogies.com.
You got it.
Yep, you got it.
All right.
Thank you
Stay.
guys.
All right. We'll
All
wrap
right.
it up. Don't leave.